I'm John Tallis. I'm in charge of all of the IT here. This is PA Wrights and Wrights of Twycross. You can see the trucks behind us, and we're at the head office, which, as you can see, is a beautiful farm. As a business, we're mainly in sort of biosolids, waste management, sort of transferring different types of waste between sort of waste processors, basically, like Severn Trent Water and Anglian Water and Yorkshire Water, for example. So a lot of our stuff involves big tankers and big tippers transferring waste management. So the business started in 1955 with PA Wright himself. And he just started with a truck, just bought a single truck on his own and was sort of helping the local farmers, just like one man with a truck. And just basically, because business was so successful, just expanded and expanded and expanded. And so 70 years later, here we are with about 200 trucks, lots of sites, lots of farmland, yeah, lots of business. We started using Envision, it must be about a year ago now. So we were with an incumbent provider who'd been with us sort of for about 18 years. And we just found that over those 18 years, just that the service had kind of dropped a bit. It was a bit like we were a safe bet, and so perhaps didn't need much input and so on. And we started just to feel a bit neglected, which is why we sort of started looking out for other possible parties who could look after all of our tech and communication connections. And so Envision came to tender for the tender that we put out, and they impressed us in a number of ways. For a start, that their bid that they came in was like a lot lower than we had been paying. So just on month in, month out, we were seeing a massive reduction in bills, which, you know, we are talking thousands of pounds per month. And so that was an obvious one. They were incredibly proactive about their bid. Right from the off, they were coming to meet us straight away with facts, figures, and just, you know, being able to meet them face to face as well. So they're incredibly proactive, whereas a lot of the other providers just were really slow getting off the mark. So that impressed us for a start. Of course, we met Duncan and the family, and immediately we just got on. And so what was great from the outset was the fact that they were going to be able to reduce our costs by thousands of pounds a month straight off the bat, with no kind of hidden extras in the future, which are, again, a lot of third parties that they were coming and bidding, offering us a great deal, only to discover that in a year's time, perhaps the prices would dramatically increase. Whereas with Envision, they were upfront and said that there'd be no such increases. So from the off, their prices were great. They've been really friendly and proactive and addressing anything that arises. So even since we've taken them on, there was an episode where the network providers had made quite a big boo-boo that really kind of like stuffed us for about a week, when we had like big business coming up with the British Grand Prix. And all of a sudden we were without data. So of all of our 200 and so on drivers, without their data on their tablets, it was a nightmare. All because of something that the network provider had done. Once I got in touch with Duncan, they all jumped on it and were able to sort us out within a day, something that just wasn't happening before. And so, you know, on something really critical and important to us as a business, Envision jumped on it and solved it for us quickly. I would recommend Envision mainly because of the points that I brought up earlier, that again, their tendering was fantastic. You know, they're very proactive in getting you the information that you want, in tweaking perhaps your requirements, you know, to come up with a better deal for you, being proactive about saying, well, actually, there's a better way of doing this. Whereas we weren't getting that kind of attention before from our previous providers. And so, you know, they put in place sort of account management reviews and so on. So, and there was the price, the fact that they jump on any problems that we have and fix things very quickly, much to our satisfaction. And even when things are stressful here, and I might be a bit stressful on the phone, they always keep their cool and get the job done. We use Envision predominantly for our mobile connections, and so as a company that has about 300 or so employees, 200 plus of those are driving tankers and tippers and other vehicles to client sites, and they all have to be in contact with us at all times, and they do that with their mobile devices, be it a tablet, be it a phone. It's essential that we have that mobile connection at all times, which of course mostly is in the form of a SIM card, and Envision provide all of those for us and keep us connected at all times.